Hi, Robin.
Robin. Leaning forward to Glamir.
We're both sparkly people. We should exchange sparkly objects. That way our sparkliness will become more versatile.
Wow, okay, I just went in there to get some sparkly objects to give to you guys, but you've already beaten me to it. What do you have for me?
Oh, let's find out.
I found a pickle.
Did you steal from the pickle jar?
Delphi leans into you. Please steal from the pickle jar. They're horrible.
What? No!
Celine looks at the pickle. What does this mean?
The first thing that Velvet's like, I can offer a sparkly thing. She just pulls out a big, concerning needle filled with a rainbow elixir.
Oh, there's no way you can attach this to yourself.
Well, there's one way, but never mind. She puts it back in her thing.
It's actually really funny you watch this guy, like, when he sees it at first, he's like, wow, shiny! And then he realizes that it's a needle, and you say that. He wilts, but, like, to a degree that's actually very concerning, and then he immediately comes back to, like, shiny smiles. Yeah, good.
Oh, I'm sorry, I also had the same thought of, ooh, shiny first.
I have a bunch of wristbands. She holds up around her gloves. There's just a third Graderian level of, like, sparkling, multicolored bracelets and scrunchies.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. Yeah, okay.
She just offers her arm and is just like,
You can pick whichever one you want.
Oh, really? Like, you're not gonna miss certain ones or anything?
Oh, no.
Okay, well, I need something that's gonna match my outfit. I will go for this, pearly-looking one, yeah.
Okay.
she takes it off as you point to it and hands it to you.
He just kind of holds it there for a minute and, like, looks at it in the sun. He's, like, very, very happy about this. He's, like, wiggling a little bit. It's a bit strange to see this, like, grown-ass man wiggling over jewelry, but he is. And so he has, like, this little, satchel, and he reaches in it and has just, like, handfuls of, like, opalescent-looking crystals and things, and just, like, starts handing out handfuls of them to each of you.
Eyes emoji.
Yeah, as Sprout begins dancing, Velvet also notices he's been walking towards this fucking beacon of Sparkle Man. She also offers a bracelet to Sprout to put around his question mark if he wants.
Sprout eagerly reaches for anything that seems to sparkle.
Glamier leans over to Sprout. Now remember, don't eat those. Those are rocks. You can't eat those.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him.
What?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, we've been giving you guys a lot of things that you can eat on this tour. These are the one things you can't. I mean, there's also something up next that you can't eat either.
You can't.
The ones.
Well,
no, listen. The next thing is very important that you also don't eat.
I guess it makes sense that not all rocks would be edible. It is a big world.
She takes out a little, one of her bracelets that, like, it's like a little metallic and kind of like, you know how you have keys in your pocket and you're like, which pocket is this? You can kind of wiggle the pocket and it'll jingle. She gets one that has that quality and puts it on Sprout so she'll be able to hear him as he toddles
He's got a little
around.
cat now! Wow.
I love his vibrating.
Look at that. He is my favorite. Well, if we're going to have a party, I'm going to need to get some stuff. So, taps his heel, stands for a minute. He's like lost in daydream land now.
Oh, he'll do this for a while. It's okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on. And here, Delphi's gonna hand your chicken back to you.
Do you see that, Sprout? You get one more chance. Don't lose your chicken rights.
You guys are enraptured by Sprout, but when you look away and look back, Glamier is gone. A puff of sparkles.
Oh, I can respect that. That's style.
Glamier has incredible amounts of style.
Speaking of incredible amounts of style, so you were talking about that very interesting thief, Firefly, earlier. What kind of thief is she? Like, what does she usually steal?
She's one of those good thieves, you know,
Steal from the rich, give to the poor?
Little bit of that. It's more taking the bad things from the bad people for the good of the good people. You know, there's a lot of dangerous things in this world, and she just makes sure that there's a little control in there. Not to mention, and this is just with any thief, doesn't mind getting a little cash on the side.
Delphi sighs while staring into the distance. Firefly is so cool.
She's the best. Like, I can't even stress how great she is. And listen, she's also wonderful because she'll never steal from the poor. And any extra thing she's got, she will give to the poor as well. Like, she's pretty great, pretty good.
Seems like you know a lot about her. Have you two ever met?
She gives you like a little shit-eating grin.
I don't know. Maybe I've got a signed thing from her for you. And hands her a, hey, nice to meet you, Velvet. And then at the bottom, stop it.
Velvet takes it and like she goes like, oh, and she looks at it up and down, squinting. Will, could you give me a roll?
Oh no! Just a D20.
Yeah, just a D20. Judging by the time it takes her to read like 7 words, you think she might have trouble reading.
Oh no! Celine might pick that up and just be like,
She's like walking with it and she's like trying to squint with it. You see her expression on it, she's like, here's for you, Velvet. Smile, stop it. Smile goes away and then like okay, I gotcha.
Or you could go away.
Or you can go away. But it takes her like 6 times the amount of time it should have taken to read that.
Celine puts a hand on your shoulder.
Ah.
Sorry, that did not mean to startle you. That's on me. Sorry. Just goofing with you, and she leans in. Listen, you clearly have figured it out. I don't know how you did it. Quite perceptive.
Figured what out? She winks with alternating eyes.
Celine like kind of like ruffled feathers. Ooh, you're good.
Is this about the thief thing?
She just turns around and like grabs the side of her own head like, oh my god, why?
Delphi's distracted, completely distracted in the background from all of this. She is trying to find Sprout amidst all of these pumpkins. It is very difficult.
She's just, his question mark is just whack-a-moling in and out of the pumpkin. Velvet leans into Celine, trying to say this out of Atticus's range since she gets the sense Celine doesn't want to be as obvious as she's being.
Yeah, no, between you and me, I learned my doctorship from a lot of seedy sources, like the kind of sources who would like come with a broken arm and wanted, maybe not a broken arm, she looks at Delphi, you know, with like bullet wounds or poison and not want any questions. And so I'm kind of used to underworld stuff, but like I can give you tips on, not that you need them, but if you want to be more stealthy.
Celine just crosses her arms. All right, so here's the big difference. For the most part, when I bump into Firefly, she doesn't stick around too long and doesn't have to chitty chat with people or rent a freaking room at an inn. She normally kind of just disappears. Normally, she's not this far from home.
That's fair. Also, I did want to tell her I love her outfit.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, she worked really hard on it.
So good. It's so good.
Like weeks. You have no idea. I spent all my allowance getting that thing raring to go and just getting it nice and shiny. And you know, I saw a Firefly once and I went, that's it, girl, you got it. That's it. You're gonna be a bug.
What?
Oh my god!
You gotta be a bug!
You're gonna be a bug!
As
where's
you guys
Sprout?
have been talking, Atticus has backed up. He's like crouched partly under this cart between the wheels, looking at both of you super suspiciously.
Atticus, what are you doing?
What are you talking about? It's been a while since I've seen a wheeled vehicle.
Oh, yeah, no, this is great. Look at the wheels on it. Delphi offers completely unhelpfully.
He crawls under before the conversation can continue.
Celine, just to kind of weird him out a bit, she makes sure to kind of get out of Delphi's view and then makes a portal under herself and then appear on top of this barrel.
Very, very slowly, Atticus's head rises over these stacks of hay. His eyes narrow, and he's like, he does the point to my eyes, point to your eyes thing. Sinks back underneath them.
She does the same.
Anyway,
I like how
what's
you've
next
all
on
just
the tour?
chased this poor merchant away from his pumpkins.
I liked to imagine that he was just a very casual thief who was just in the, just like sitting there like, well, they're gonna stop me? All right, left.
Oh, tight. All right,
I will admit, I have been told that I am pretty easy to steal from.
Was this all Delphi's shit?
You are vigorously trying to give away as much as possible to us.
Yeah.
That's the issue. We've gotta take down the bread mountain before it builds up too high.
I mean, yeah.
So we're going to stop here really quick.
Okay.
My friend in here is the one I want you to treat. I think maybe. I think something maybe kind of bad happened to them. She actually seems visibly nervous. Be ready. Be ready.
You're ready.
Celine looks over to Velvet. It's all you. Go on.
All right.
Hey, Matago? Matago, you in here? Delphi walks inside. You notice scattered all about are paintings, painting supplies, and a mountain of junk set in two low little sections of the room. If you have to guess, this was a former bathhouse. The larger bath areas have been torn out and just filled with junk.
What kind of junk? Like, looks like alchemical
you can take a look
stuff?
if you want.
Yeah.
Probably like brushes and buckets.
Instantly interested.
Okay, they're probably in here somewhere, but let's just step nice and calm.
Oh, look at all those things.
Hmm.
Put them together in so many ways. Does your friend own all of this?
I think so? Everybody's looking down and over. Hi there, Matago. Suddenly there's something behind you.
Matago looks up at Velvet, despite Velvet already being so short, and doesn't say anything, but has an expression of deep concern, and seems to be clutching a piece of paper to their chest, and then very tenderly presents it to Velvet.
Oh. She takes it, hoping there's a picture and not words on it.
It's an autograph from Firefly.
It is a picture, actually. You can tell that it was, you think, pretty recently painted. On Matago, you presume this is Matago. There is a lot of paint just kind of smeared around. They're pretty dirty, actually. The colors on Matago correspond to the drawing. And in the drawing, it's actually really nice. It is a wide forest of green trees, of solitude and quiet breezes, free from shouts and all kinds of activity. There is a darkness in the forest, though. You see in that darkness a set of eyes and wolf-like teeth, and they're looking right back at you. And as you look down the center of that painting, you see a body not unlike your own buried in the dirt.
Did you do this? This is nice.
This is good, Matago. You did a good job.
No.
No?
Sprout.
He jingles.
Danger.
Oh, this one means danger?
Matago nods.
Probably not bad danger, though. Velvet's a big and tough doctor. She saved me from a bear.
They look from Velvet to Delphi and then shakes their head.
More danger.
Velvet sort of sits down crisscross applesauce, and I don't know, what are you, sticking out of a pile of things? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matago is kind of emerged from a
of
large section of
paintings, yeah.
drying paintings.
Okay. Yeah, Velvet tries to get to eye level like you might with a child if you're trying to console them. It's just like, is there danger in the woods, or is this specifically for me?
In you.
Do you have a picture of yourself?
Matago holds up a blank sheet of paper.
That's sad.
that was not out loud. That sounded so condescending.
This is fine. This is their general attitude. I think they're okay with this. But, more recently, they've started painting with some magic items that they found in the woods.
Mhm.
And, I was wondering if you could check to see if they were having an adverse effect.
Magic items? Celine perks up. Oh,
Matago clambers up out of the pit and is holding a big vial. It's kind of sloshing around with some sort of red liquid.
Oh, can I see it?
Oh no, Sprout.
Matago was giving it to Sprout.
Listen, sweetheart. Sprout, he will put almost anything in his mouth, and it's probably there he goes.
What are these shiny things?
Out of universe, those shiny things denote maybe interesting objects that your passive perception would pick up.
Oh, okay, that's what it looks like.
Oh, neat. Sorry, do you mind if I take a? Oh, sorry, Celine.
No reaction.
Great. She does like a little you can do it arm thrust and extends her hand. Do you mind if I take a look at that? What you've got there?
They're already holding it out to you.
Cool. Thanks. Celine picks it up very gingerly.
Don't let go.
Okay. She lets go and keeps it in her hand. And just kind of leans forward and examines it closer.
It's blood.
Okay, that's bad. That's not good. Okay, let's put the blood back.
Whose?
They give it to Delphi freely.
Okay.
Are you okay? That's a lot to have lost.
Yeah, is that whose is that?
Matago kind of looks at everybody that was talking and then seems to be thinking about something for a while. And then looks at Celine and says,
You'll drop it.
She kind of tilts her head. What makes you say that?
Dangerous.
The blood.
Is this Celine's blood from the future?
Matago looks at Atticus and just nods.
So Celine crosses her arms. Huh.
How did you get this?
No reaction.
Why'd you give it to her and not me? If I'm gonna lose it, I might need it.
Delphi runs back in 30 seconds later, completely out of breath. Okay, the blood is probably somewhere where it can't hurt someone. That's fine. Get that.
Where did you put it?
It's fine. I left it with Jillian. She has a calmer head about these things. But yeah, sorry, Velvet, if you could at least take a look at them and take a look at maybe what they've been messing with. You could give me a diagnosis? I've heard that magic items are really, really unhealthy for people, especially if you mess around with them too much.
Velvet's staring intently at this picture.
I don't know if you should take that too seriously. Maybe you should. I don't wanna inform your doctorial opinion.
No, more information is always good.
Okay.
Matago, would you mind if I did a checkup on you?
Matago drops Sprout, who they were holding, and Sprout kind of makes a noise. They turn around and look up at you and say, whoops.
they drop Sprout and look at you condescendingly. Whoops.
Matago looks up at you, and that same look of consternation and concern has been on their face this whole time. And they say,
Are you hungry?
No, I just ate.
Gestures to Delphi, and it's just
She fed us a nice breakfast of bread.
Matago doesn't say anything, but just kind of holds their arms out, not really sure what you want, but understands that checkup means something?
Yeah, sit down somewhere that's comfortable for you.
They just sit down where they are.
Oh, careful, Sprout. Let's look at these together. And be careful about what we touch.
Yellow.
Oh yeah, these are mostly things that have been lying around. Matago likes to collect them a little bit, but they don't seem to have an issue with me ever taking anything, so I guess help yourselves. So are you guys going to just take a quick look at these things?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Atticus isn't necessarily gonna take anything, but he's going to strap his safety glove back on and have tentative prods and examinations of these various things.
Okay, first things first, you pull out a comfy sweater.
Oh, wow. I can see this would be warm and very practical in a climate where it wouldn't get sheared off by windborne debris.
Fucking Mad Max kid over here.
Shit, Atticus.
You need a hug or something?
Next up, you pull out a flag with a skull embedded in the bottom of it. It's clear that the skull is fake, but it still lets off a sinister aura.
Oh my
you
God.
find the death flag.
Oh.
Oh no.
The death flag. It's a piece of equipment. You may unfurl the death flag as an instant action. All enemies who are capable of targeting you are forced to. Your AC becomes 0 and nothing can raise it. You will clash with all attacks and automatically fail. Sealing the death flag may only be done on your turn, but may not be done for and may be done for free. Only on your turn.
Huh.
And finally, you discover this cute little ram backpack. It doesn't have any bonuses or effects. It is just cute.
Atticus
Perfect.
crouches down. Do you want to be comfy?
Sprout does seem to want whatever that is.
Okay, Atticus sort of like stretches the sweater out by its base and just dunks it over Sprout.
Sprout, take the comfy sweater. You're now snug as heck.
All right. This death flag, I think it's safer if I take this and discard it with the organization. This should not be here or exist.
Is there any sand around here?
Sand. Yeah, actually, there's like some fine gravel down by the river.
Is it far?
Not
I'm
too
very
far.
hungry.
What?
I'll be right back. I just need like a handful.
You gonna
It's-
okay?
If you go to the other side of the building.
Oh,
Yeah, just go outside, walk around. You can take a right or a left. It's fine. Oh, no
an exit
entrance.
over here?
No exit on this side, I'm afraid.
oh, go around to the other side after I leave the building.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're getting it.
Right. Can you open your mouth and say ah?
Ah.
Oh, sorry, longer, like ah.
Ah.
Okay, no problems there.
She, as you guys are all rooting around, she's just like taking out a bunch of different things in and out of her doctor's bag, taking blood pressure, etc., etc.
Since you've got plenty of time to do this, I'm gonna let you take the natural 20 and add your +6 to it. There's absolutely no excuse why you shouldn't be able to do this. And you discover that nothing is wrong. And there's nothing unusual about their physiology like you'd expect from a mage. Hanging out with them over time, though, you do sense a certain, like, odd energy about them. Like, there's a slight aura of, like, distortion around their form. It does not appear to have a direct magical cause or anything like that, but you can kind of see what Delphi was talking about with the "my cat is sick."
Yeah. Do they have anything on them, like the aforementioned magical items that I could take a look at?
They are covered in paint.
Oh, is it gross
Delph-
magic paint?
Delphi hops up. Actually, if you're curious about their paints, here, I can show you.
Yeah, that
She
might
she extends a hand to like help you up out of the little tub thing.
Velvet
should
kind of
do
like
this
gives a
outside.
polite smile, but hesitates and then gets up herself.
Oh, yeah, over here.
Matago's kind of just shadowing you.
Outside, you hear what sounds like the flicking on and off of a blowtorch or similar thing.
If you'll excuse me.
All
Okay,
right.
over here.
Yeah, this should work great.
What are you doing?
Oh, I was just making a little. Is Sprout still in there?
Well, yeah, it's about to... What are you doing?
Sprout, check this out.
What did you do?
Okay, hang on.
I want to see
Let
how
me just-
durable his mask is.
Atticus takes like a small sort of X-Acto knife kind of thing, cuts a small like windows like mail slot sized and shaped piece out of the front of the sweater, exposing the eyes on Sprout, and then installs a small fiberglass panel he just made. Sprout can see.
Oh,
That
my
is-
goodness.
That is so charming.
Sprout excitedly flops his arms. Like,
Which are in the long sleeves.
yeah, the long sleeves are flopping back and forth.
Okay, I'm going to add to this comfy sweater, immune to blind.
Aw.
Looking sharp there, Captain.
You say that, and then he, like, stops. Bring Ned back.
No.
Why?
No. Delphi's like look of concern, where she's like, "Yeah, this is where they grind up the paint." Looks over at Ned. Her face like just falls.
You all seem disappointed. I think it's really cool that Ned can masquerade as whatever that Sprout can masquerade as whatever Ned he wants. I just think of it as Sprout wearing different, like, outfits. You can kind of see, like, he sort of ambles in the same way.
Sprout thanks you.
Aw.
That's you have a really good positive outlook, Velvet.
She smiles for a second after Sprout thanks you, but like seems in kind of a somber mood at the moment. You're not sure if this is how she is during checkups or what.
Okay, so over here is where
Don't.
That's why not, Matago?
They kind of push gently, very gently, more like just touch Delphi away from the tub.
They yeah, I'll do it from over here then. Backs off a bit. They tend to find magic items and other things and grind them up in this tub to make paints.
Oh.
Aw.
I heard from travelers that disposal of magic items is physically impossible for an individual, but Delphi emotions with her hand. You see Matago like futz around in the tub for a second and just break this clearly magic axe. Yeah. That.
Oh, without any equipment either.
Yeah. That.
Selena's watching very carefully.
Yeah, the axe, you don't quite catch the exact moment that it happens, but Matago pushes the axe beneath your field of vision and you hear kind of like a glass breaking noise, and Matago's hands are kind of covered in a steel gray dust.
Huh. Not sure.
I'm
Not
afraid
sure.
I can't say I've seen anything exactly like that before.
Can I do some kind of like, I don't know if this would be a sense motive equivalent,
Yeah.
but just like a straight D20 percept.
I think you could probably just use your helpfulness for this because it's like to an end of wanting to help this person.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
and since it isn't like a rushed action, you get your full 6 from that. So 6 plus D20.
Am I able to roll something to kind of study this more? Because I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm no expert in magic, but I do have an affinity towards it.
Oh god, yeah, no, absolutely. You give me a D20 plus a D6 since it's magic. It's wild.
Sure. Oh.
Yeah, this is outside your field of expertise. You're not Selene, you think back and you remember the lengthy and dangerous process of magic item disposal. It shouldn't be this simple. That much is plainly obvious. Velvet, on the other hand, taking a look at this, you can tell it's not caused by anything physical. If you had to guess, you've dealt with someone who was cursed before, and if you had to guess, it's something in that vein, but that's really all you're getting based on, like, their general vibe, appearance, and like their lack of internal magical prowess. It's probably an effect caused by something else or someone else, and it's lingering with them for some reason.
Huh. I relate that. Was there any sort of
Dust.
dust?
Matago is covered in dust.
That is accurate. Was there any sort of turning point for them? Like, did they go out to scavenge in the woods and come back with this sort of aura about them?
From what I understand, they've always been doing this? Looks to Matago for confirmation.
They're walking away.
Okay, they've always been doing this, and I only found out about it very recently.
But specifically, I mean, there had to be some exact reason you sent me a letter of my cat is sick. Why? What exactly? Like, how long ago was that?
The letter, or
The thought of maybe I should tell somebody.
that was pretty recently, actually. Well, they found something in the woods. I can take you to the spot later, but it was a big sword, and nobody else could touch it or move it, not even Levin. But Matago just strolled right up, plucked it from the ground, took it back here, and turned it into that painting. Delphi points to the wall over there.
The vast majority of these paintings are done in a very surrealist style. It's quite difficult to kind of relate the objects or scenes depicted to real-world scenes. But the longer you stare at them, the longer or the easier it gets to understand or decipher what's happening. All of them, however, have one thing in common, and that is that they kind of bear a alarming tone to them, like the one that you saw earlier, Velvet.
This one here is the one that we for sure want to be looking at.
Paint like the sword painting.
Looking at that painting, you see what you think is a rose, yet it's painted in breezes. It's painted by gentle winds and the whisper of cold nights, and above it is one sun going dark. Behind that sun, almost setting the painting on fire, is a second sun.
As you lean into the painting, for a second you catch a glimpse of something. A battle fought long, long ago. Yeah, two people engaged in a life or death struggle at a riverside. One carries a magic bow, the other carries this sword. Every arrow seems to sing through the air, re-angling and striking at the exposed parts of this blade's bearer's armor. An arrow digs too deep, and the carrier of this sword falls, jamming it in the ground, the enchantment spreading, rooting it to the floor. For a second, you glimpse all of this, a memory suddenly flooding your vision. This isn't an entirely foreign sensation. If you had to, you could more or less pinpoint where this was, and more or less what happened here. And for this, I am going to give you an experience.
Oh.
Yeah, Celine recoils. Like, it's a little bit of a shock. It's so vivid.
Are you okay?
Ugh.
Did you just eat some bread?
She like looks down at him like kind of like are you serious? And then actually chuckles because it's actually
did you
pretty
just eat
amusing.
some bread? Levin bursts through the door. Heard you were talking shit.
Boss fight, go!
She looks down at Atticus and kind of ruffles his hair. No bread. I just got a weird vibe from this. Huh.
Well, I sure wish I knew anything about magic. It's so cool, but it's one of those things I don't know, there are a lot of things I can understand, and I sure can't understand it.
I mean, to be fair, magic is pretty inconsistent and all over the place. I think you'd have a better time understanding your technology. That being said, she kind of leans closer towards the painting. Delphi, when we get a chance, I would love to see where this sword was picked up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If that'll help, I'll take you guys right there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would appreciate that. Just before we go, Matago, is there anything else you'd want to tell me before we head out? I swear I'm just here to help.
Not your fault.
That's true.
Matago kind of pats you.
Thank you for being very brave, Matago.
Ugh.
Do you, are you feeling tired?
Mm.
Matago
want me-
wanders over to Delphi.
do you want me to tuck you into your fishy blanket?
Good night.
Delphi potatoes Matago into the fishy blanket.
Do you want me to tuck you in? Good night.
Celine is just gonna leave a muffin on the table and then walk out.
Delphi just slowly motions Ned out of the room.
Yeah, Ned, come on.
Ned is on follow.
Oh my god.
Delphi walks out of the room, turns around, walks back, and closes the door, like bumping Ned forward slightly.
Ned doesn't move until you bump him 2 or 3 times, and the animation for him to move backwards is triggered.
Well, thank you, thank you for taking a look at Matago. I know the situation's weird. I didn't know how to convey it, and I am not the best at writing, so I may have picked the wrong words.
That's alright, I'm not the best at reading.
Oh, we make a pair. She just smiles.
Would you like to learn how to read?
I have tried so hard.
Well, hey, listen here. If you'd like, obviously, I'm not amazing with reading and all that jazz, or I mean, I can read fine. But anyways, I'd be more than willing to just kind of show you some of the tricks I learned, when I was first trying to get a hang of it. If that tickles your fancy, I don't know.
She gives kind of a non-committal, oh, yeah, sure. In the way that you might, like, if a friend's like, oh, we should definitely hang out sometime, dude. She's like, oh, yeah, totally.
Well, with no further ado, should I take you over to where we found the sword?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, guys, yeah, this is where I usually let my sheep feast? Is that the right word? I'm not
Seems
serious.
appropriate.
I'm new to this, I'm sorry.
Graze.
It's called graze.
Graze. Okay, graze. I'll take a note of that. Thank you.
Oh, I kind of assumed that it was deep in the forest somewhere. Now I just feel kind of silly.
Oh, no. It is deep in the forest. It's quite a walk, so... Oh, there she goes. What'd you find?
She's just wandering into the nicely shaded area.
Yeah, this is our well. It fills up right here, and if you hit this lever, Delphi hits the lever and it fills up this bacon. It fills up this basin. Yeah, if you ever need a bath, this is the place to do it.
Huh. Wait, just out in the open?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
You can just make water?
Raise his finger. Admittedly, I don't really know how wells work, yeah. Is that how they work?
What? Man, what would Delphi even put on a resume? She's just got no skills to bring to the table.
Rude.
So far, she's just been baffled by everything, including the things she owns.
You should ask her about that.
I don't know if I want to. That's rude.
Now you feel
No,
bad.
she's a soft, sheepy fox bird girl. I'm not gonna be mean to her.
If you guys are good to continue on, I'd love to lead you deeper into the woods.
That's fucking creepy.
Okay, that sounded very insidious, and I apologize for that.
I found a tree woman.
Ned?
Jillian is she's up in the tree, and there's a bunch of, like, strange little, shapes? I don't know what you'd call them. They're devices, I suppose, up there. And it kind of looks like she's managed to find a way to put hives up in a tree, rather than, like, lined along the ground. And she's just, like, looking down at you uncomfortably, like, you probably shouldn't stand too close, because if I slip, or if something falls, it's gonna hit you, and bees aren't nice when they're upset.
Okay.
Looks like today it is I who will receive the tutorial.
Jillian, we're going for a walk. Do you want to come?
Yeah, okay. Do you need me to?
Well, we don't need you. We'd like you to come along.
Okay, alright, just...
I heard you like bugs. There seems to be more bugs deeper into woods.
Okay, let's go.
I'm afraid I can't let you in the woods until you have a Pokemon.
Here, take this with you. Turns into Sprout.
Okay, it's just, little deeper in, and thank you guys.
Oh, of course.
Oh, is this for Matago's sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
And
these
so
can wait.
you wander off deeper into the woods. Delphi and Jillian start off like leading the way, like you'd expect them to. But you notice Delphi is matching pace with Jillian, and they slow down. They wind up behind you. You find it kind of odd that you're leading the way here, but Celine, with that vision, you're able to pretty keenly get a sense of the direction that this thing is in. So you enjoy a peaceful stroll through the woods, only the slightest hint of impending doom.